Is WWE in trouble thanks to the curse of the Vision heading into WrestleMania? Hi guys, Mr. Bludd here with an episode of the Bludd Drop on Snug Wrestling. You can click that to follow us here more on TikTok and on Instagram and Facebook for more wrestling content. But we're going to talk about this curse of the Vision that has been going around the wrestling community for a couple of months now, considering the fact that since the Vision's inception, the Monday Night Raw directly after WrestleMania 41 last year, since then, the original 3 founding members of the Vision stable on Monday Night Raw are all out on injury. Seth Rollins with his shoulder in the match with Cody Rhodes that he had last fall. Then we unfortunately had Braun Breaker go out just a couple weeks ago from a serious hernia that was so bad he had to have emergency surgery. And now this past Monday Night Raw, Bronson Reed, from just a simple breakup of a pinfall, suffered a distal bicep tear, which could have him out for 3 to 6 months if it requires surgery. Now, at the end of the day, we do know from most speculation and reporting that the Vision was supposed to play a significant factor in WrestleMania 42 just this upcoming April. And there were supposed to be reported matches with Seth and Roman that had to get changed. There were matches that were supposed to then be about Seth and Braun if Seth came back in time. That might have to change now too. Then there were reports that after both those guys went out, that WWE was moving Bronson into a more center player field. There's a huge feeling that Bronson was supposed to win that Chamber qualifier match this past Monday Night Raw, and on the fly, they had to change it to Jay winning, and at the end of the match, you can even see the disappointment in Jay Uso's face. He seems concerned, he seemed depressed, he seemed upset that he won, because I think he was just extremely concerned about Bronson Reed's, well, injury. And now with all this up in the air, what do we do? Do we push Logan and Theory as a unit, have them take the tag titles off of the Usos so we can keep them strong, give them some wins, and maybe have them face the Usos and or Seth Rollins and a mystery tag partner at WrestleMania just so we can keep them involved in Mania? Or do we push Logan and just have him go against Seth in a one-on-one match if Seth can return in time according to reports? Seth is supposed to return before Mania. Or do we just have Theory take that slot and become the new guy that they try to push? It's really up in the air. There's a lot of speculation that Bad Bunny might be getting involved. Busted Open Radio, Bully Ray specifically, keeps incorrectly assuming that Bad Bunny could work in this story because he thinks that Logan Paul didn't want to watch the halftime show at the Super Bowl. But you keep getting it wrong, Bully Ray. That was Jake Paul who had that problem, not Logan. Logan defended Bad Bunny. So this would make even less sense if Bad Bunny had a problem with Logan. The thing is, we don't know what to do. It's a very serious situation, and injury sucks, and it never comes at a right time in pro wrestling, but you can still, unfortunately, make chicken salad out of chicken shit sometimes, and I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments. How should they salvage this? How can WWE salvage the Vision storyline going into Mania while we wait for all the major players of the storyline to return? Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay savage, and stay snug. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, we wish you the best and speediest of recoveries. As WWE's greed extended to their own video games, WWE 2K26 comes out on March 13th this upcoming month, and we're going to talk about it. Hi guys, Mr. Bludd with the Bludd Drop on an episode of Snug Wrestling, and you can click there to follow us for more wrestling content here on TikTok and follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. But let's get into some video game content. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. Bludd, why are you talking about WWE video game content? You talk about WWE, not the games. I know, but it is my favorite series and has been my favorite wrestling and video game series for well over 23 years, and it's the only game I actually pre-order and buy year on year on year, well, continuously. Fans are really starting to feel TKO's greed over WWE. In the last 3 years, 420% increase on prices, blackouts across the board on PLEs, and now they've done away with the DLC setup for the games, now being replaced by the Battle Pass, which essentially all 4 versions of the game will get it in some form or fashion. However, not the way you think. You see, the base game only gets the free tier stuff of Season 1, but no premium content. King of Kings Edition will also get a taste of it as well, but no premium content. Then you will have the Attitude Era Edition, which is the $129 edition, which gets you up to the first 4 seasons of Battle Pass. And then you have the Monday Night Wars Edition, the edition I bought, that gets you everything that every single version has, including all 6 seasons included out the gate. But instead of having that stuff automatically unlocked, you will have to grind for in-game XP in order to unlock all those things on the free tier and the premium tier on a set track, moving at the same time through progression. Now, here's what I like about this. They could have gone the full greedy route and made this all pay to play, but instead they're giving the option. You can do every mode in the game that will get you XP to then unlock all of this stuff just by playing. Or if you are impatient, which is something they're probably hoping for, you'll pay $1.99 to skip each tier. Now, every season has 40 tiers of unlockables, free content, and at the same time premium. $1.99 to skip 1 tier. Now, if you're on the Attitude Era Edition that only gets you the first 4 seasons, it's $9.99 each for Season 5 and 6. Or you can always just buy the original base game for $69.99, and then you can just go ahead, wait till all of the seasons release all their content towards the end of the year, and pick and choose which seasons you want to get, because yes, they are giving you that option as well. Now, let's say that you decided to be impatient and you wanted not only to pay for the Monday Night Wars edition like I did for $150, and then you said, fuck it, I'm not going to grind for any of this, I'm going to skip every tier. Well, you're talking about $2 basically per tier at 40 tiers. You're talking about $80 a season. Basically, that means at the end of everything, at the end of the year, after the end of all seasons, plus the full price of the main whole final version of the game, the $150 version, you're paying roughly $700 for a video game. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this. You don't have to put in the credit card. However, you do need to be consciously aware that we don't know yet, because the game hasn't released, even on early access, that we got to wait till March 6th, that, of course, they might make it extremely difficult to get that XP, so you get so pissed off, you might just do it anyway to save yourself the headache. But if you ask me, if I'm going to have a game that's an annual release, I'm just going to play the game the entire year, and I'm not going to give TKO or WWE the satisfaction of getting my wallet more than the one time I already pulled out for it. You see, there's no DLC anymore either. Everything extra is in this battle pass. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to stay safe, stay savage, stay snug, and follow that right there and everywhere else on Instagram and Facebook.